Hello, everyone. So welcome back to Kate's Regretless Life. This is going to be today's topic reading. This is for the 29th of September. And as always, you guys can enter to win a free read. I've not chosen anybody yet this week. Just write tribe in the comments section. And you know what? Sorry, that's the wrong deck. I don't know why, but I feel my eye kept going over to the blue. So let's do uncommon, shall we? Let's do something uncommon. Let's do something amazing. No, I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood to see what story comes out. Let's see where this one takes us. Let's give me something fresh. Give me something new. Whatever the message is. Hopefully something fun. Ooh, 10 of coins. Not half bad. It fell and flipped its little self around for us also. So it presented in the upright, which is very nice because it didn't have to, but it made a little switcheroo. And the fact that a card did that, landed on its little head and then spun itself before it dropped, I just have to say, this could be like a shift in energy. That's a nice surprise, always a nice surprise, where instead of, we think something's not going to work. Oh, it's not going to show up. Oh, I'm not going to have the money that I need. Oh, it's not going to work. And then poof, it does. We see a mother lioness here with her cubs also, and she's nurturing them. So I feel like this is something that you've been nurturing, something that you've hoped would yield, what does every mama want? They want their babies to become brave and strong and smart and have a wonderful quality of life. You want that same thing, whether we're talking about a human baby, or whether we're talking about a business, or whether we're talking about a relationship, or whether we're talking about all the areas of our life, our inner work. We want to become brave and strong and competent and feel like this is what I'm meant to be doing. I'm doing what I'm meant to do, and I'm seeing the success. So this is all about all the hard work that's been put in is yielding the payoff. The payoff has to do with what we've nurtured. So this is a great time to ask, what have we been nurturing? Have we been nurturing feelings of, I'm angry? Then we probably are not going to have this kind of like beautiful payoff. But if we've been nurturing like, okay, I've had a heartbreak, but I've been healing. I've been nurturing myself. I've been growing from this hurt. This is a culmination of that where, where we actually realize we have so much more. We are so much more. This Six of Pentacles, I always look at it. This is a very romantic card for me. I love this. I'm sorry, did I say Six of Pentacles? Six of Wands. I mean, clearly you can see the wands on there. Sorry, my mouth says some things that my mind doesn't mean. This is all about, this is a card of success, right? But I look at this as the Berber tribes of North Africa that travel across the desert. And the thing that I see when I look at this card is, number one, there's a halo of protection around this person, right? And that's like symbolic. But this camel, this nomadic individual who knows how to travel through the desert is hard land, right? It's barren. And yet this person knows where the watering holes are. You can see he's found one here. You can see that he's found the oasis. So he knows his way through tough terrain. He also has the right equipment. He's got the camel. The camel's perfect to be out in the desert. You notice he's dressed in just the right clothing. That headdress that he wears is to keep the head cool, because you got to do that or you're going to get real, heat strokey real fast. All of this speaks of you have learned how to go across difficult circumstances and survive it and thrive in it in a way that few people can. It is partly because, yes, there is some level of protection around you. Maybe now's a nice time to give some thanks for that if you're experiencing some success in life. But it's also because you've used everything you've got. You've used your brain, you've used your heart, you've always set your sights on the positive. And when you set your sights on the positive, you start to see the success. When you don't blame hurts and pains on others and just kind of wallow in that, when instead you go, okay, well, that sucked, but you know what? I learned something out of it and I keep moving on. That barren landscape, I know that there's water somewhere and I believe I can find it. Some of you are having the success of coming into a time of your life where you are, I think part of the success is you realized how difficult things have been and how far you've come. I feel like this is that story of those of you who have had to rebuild yourself from the ground up after tremendous heartbreak. You've done it. Those of you who you're not bitter anymore, you realize that, you know what? I'm okay. I don't cry anymore over that person like I used to because I'm okay. Look at how strong I am. I rebuilt myself. And that's, I feel like you're kind of like, wow, I did that. For some of you, this is like, I had to figure out how to reinvent myself, how to reinvent a career for myself, how I had to rebuild friendships, how I had to meet new people, how I had to, whatever this was that you put your energy into, you are seeing not only what you've created, but you're recognizing your own strength and what it took for you to do what you did. Not everybody can do what you've done. You are giving yourself a moment to pat yourself on the back just a little bit. Let me know in the comments what it is that you have overcome, because everybody has something different. You may think, well, that's nothing. No, it's a big thing. Just because, sometimes we roll our eyes and be like, yeah, I'm, whatever the small thing is that they want to act like, yeah, well, I lost 2 pounds, of my weight loss journey. That is amazing. Congratulations. If you lost 5 ounces, that is amazing. That was part of what you wanted to achieve. You're on the right path. So it's really like, celebrate the turning of the tide. Celebrate the fact that you are committing to a healthier and more prosperous life. What's so funny is next to that, we have these cards of identifying where we've been stuck. Chariot in the reverse, 6 of Swords in the reverse, Queen of Swords right next to it. Here's our truth. Here's why we're moving forward. It's because we're able to clearly see, where did we stay stuck in the past? What was it? Was it emotional imbalance here? Because the Chariot can say that we couldn't move forward until we kind of leveled out those emotions. The transformation that we were like rejecting or refusing because it hurts. It hurts to have to change. It hurts to have to leave things behind, leave a dream behind. But somehow we got stern with ourselves. Somehow we rose above it all. You notice she's up in the clouds. And she is using that sword of truth. So basically you connected to your higher self and you said, higher self, why have I not moved forward? Where was I stuck in the past? You can see it now. You can see it held you back, possibly because you subconsciously kept trying to move forward, and you've done that now. And this is like the final, I want to say it's the final little pieces that are falling away. Anything that had still bogged down your progress. This could also be that you are realizing where someone else is still stuck. This could be a story where you think back and you go, okay, I'm in a better place now, but now let me reflect on that situation now that I no longer hurt. What was it that made that situation not be successful between myself and, say, that other person? Maybe a Cancerian, who knows? But why was something not successful? And now you can see them more clearly. Oh, they didn't want to change. They were afraid of transforming. They were afraid of leaving their maybe toxic situation in order to come with me. But you can see it now. You're seeing it with real clarity. You're seeing this, it's so good to be honest with ourselves, honest and kind, right? Because there is this compassion, there is this dignity. There's a lot of dignity to be able to say, yeah, I was stuck for a long time. I was hooked up on somebody that I wanted so much to be my partner. And I realize now how much I learned out of that. I realize now, it was because I wasn't ready to let go of that dream that I'd had with them. Maybe they made promises. Maybe I made promises and I still wanted that to be true. But just because we meet somebody, fall in love, oh, yeah, I'm going to marry you. And then they reveal all these other traits that don't actually work. but I want to marry them. But in the face of all the things that don't work, do we really still want that? This is where it's like, no, not unless certain things would transform. But there was a refusal to transform something. And sometimes it's us refusing to transform and change our opinion about something. This is that moment of truth that somebody is like, they're really looking at things as they are for themselves, and really like, it's a relief. It's even, well, with that Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, this is that moment where you go, wow, the only thing that was bogged down for a while is no longer bogged down. I can see it so clearly now. I mean, it's like a light bulb has been turned on. 10 of wheels, or in this case, Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. We couldn't fully, I'm going to say, enjoy all of our success until we could see why something else didn't work out. Almost like maybe this is the why we were out on a barren landscape for a while. We might have been out on a barren landscape in order to develop these pieces of valuable life-saving information. All of this success that you now have is perhaps because you were out in a barren landscape. You learned how to fend for yourself, how to provide for yourself, how to feed yourself, how to survive, how to do all of this. Maybe because somebody else was so stuck that they couldn't come out and join you. They couldn't come out and help you find water out in the desert. You had to find it on your own. I feel like this reading is a testament to like how strong you are, why you are who you are today. And I feel like this is a moment where it's like, thank you, past. Thank you, past people. Thank you, past hurdles I have had to learn how to jump over. Thank you to everything. This is you riding on your memories, but you're riding forward into success on your memories. This is amazing, amazing, amazing. Knight of Coins. You have so much to look forward to. So where are you going? Well, first off, you're going toward a new dream. So 7 of Pentacles is in the reverse. Total change of direction. This reading is a total change of direction. I'm so glad, because that's what I was hoping for, was a total change of direction in, give me a story I've never read before. Give me something new. Give me I don't think I want this deck. Give me something fresh. Give me, I want this one. What is it? What is it that's new? What is it that's fresh? What is it? Where are you going now? I think one of those cards is flipped upright, but right? Yeah. Sorry, Strength card is flipped upright. Sometimes I don't care. Sometimes I do. It kind of depends. I'm a bit of a piglet when I shuffle, and kind of a wild shuffler. You got the 6 of Swords in the upright this time. Where are we going? We're going where our higher self commands us to go. Do you notice how the sun almost looks like it's coming up out of that crown chakra? Do you notice how this person is very skilled? This is a samurai. Look at all of his swords there. He knows how to use each and every one. He's able to sit and be completely at peace, knowing what his skill set is, and knowing that with these skills, he has the clarity of mind, and he has the agility to go any direction he needs to. This is also, I feel like some of you are catching your breath, you're gearing up, because you're listening to a higher call right now. Some of you are like, you are moving forward, and whatever you're going to shift into, it's a whole new life. This is, some of you might be doing something that represents this. I mean, I don't know if you're, kneeling in meditation or prayer or something. Maybe some of you have those practices where you meditate in some particular place, but some of you may be going, maybe it's just a place in your home. Maybe it's a place in your car and you park somewhere. Whatever this is, some of you may have like a moment where you're kind of like pulling all of your energy into your core and connecting with your higher self and saying, I am ready to move into this beautiful, new, successful, happy energy. Our higher self is our higher self is always going to guide us toward something healthy, right? That's maybe how, I guess I would argue, you could tell if it's your higher self helping you along the way. Is it saying, oh, do something unhealthy, do something that would harm another? No, of course not. Our higher self will always guide us toward be kinder, be more understanding, be more compassionate, still having good boundaries, but also put in energy in the conditions to yield more growth, right? This is obviously, I asked for a different story. We got a twin flame story again. I feel like I read a lot of those. Now this is so cute though. I love it. This is a major transformation that happens from within. And it allows somebody to, I don't know why I want to say this, but it allows somebody to drop off the mask and look directly into the eyes of the person that they truly want to be with. The person that is the love of their life, the person that they can see choosing over and over again, one lifetime after another. This is you calling this in. Unless this is the person who was resisting moving forward is now moving forward. The person who we already saw with that 6 of Swords in the reverse, perhaps they are coming to this same understanding at the same moment that you are. You're saying, I know that it's time to move forward. I understand why someone couldn't come with me. I've learned a lot in being solo. I feel good about myself now. I am moving forward in spite of everything that has happened. And in fact, because of everything that's happened, I have moved forward. And I like my life, and I like where I'm going, and I know I'm worthy, and I know I can achieve more. If you are in this energy and you are able to understand that someone couldn't join you, someone held back, somebody stayed stuck, this could be a moment where they're sensing that you have come to this conclusion. And because you did it without anger, you did it just in pure honesty, looking at your flaws, their flaws, the situation and the flaws, the fears, all the things that we are supposed to learn from. Because really that's all an imperfection is. It's just an opportunity to learn. Just as you come to that conclusion, maybe that's the moment somebody feels your energy become so peaceful that it actually calms them as well, to the point where they can move forward and move toward a twin flame energy, maybe moving back towards you. I'm not sure. This could simply be you. We got the Devil card. We got the 8 of Sacred Circles. Hold on. I want to go again before I try to explain that, because, again, I see 2 things here. I see we're working on something. 8 of Cups in the reverse. Okay. This is a story of reconciliation at this point, with that 8 of Cups that came out in the reverse. This portion of the story seems to be the other person. So just as you've understood why they couldn't join you, why they stayed perhaps stuck, why they stayed perhaps unable to move forward, not wanting to transform, you didn't prevent it from transforming your own life, though. In fact, you really, truly have made peace with this, and that situation in no way, shape, or form would suit you. That is an interesting thing, because you saying this situation would never suit me is perhaps exactly, in this storyline, that is exactly the magic ingredient that allows someone to say, oh, that situation didn't work. It's as if that was the key that unlocked everything. It's as if that's what the higher self acknowledged, is like the routine, the drama, the trauma, the upset, the forever cyclical thing that we found ourselves in that never worked. It doesn't work. And I admit that, and I release it. So I never want to go through that cycle again. And this is not to say, and you did it without any anger. Whoever this is, there's no anger. There's only truth and acceptance, and look toward the future, and knowledge that it's okay. I did what I came to do, and I learned what I was supposed to learn, and I accept that. And it's almost like a gratitude to the universe. Like, universe, thank you for helping me see where the blockages were, so I can move on. And I feel like that energetic awareness somehow transmits, and maybe that makes sense if it's twin flame, an energetic awareness of where a blockage is somehow transmits it calmly and gently to the other twin, who is also now able to see the same thing. And it becomes very clear that there is a union here that is very beautiful. Maybe because both individuals have had the effect on each other that they were intended to have in this interaction. One person being stuck had to show the other one how to let go of a stuck situation, so they did not get stuck as well. So one twin learned how to release themselves. The other twin then learned, oh, that is also where I had been stuck. So both simultaneously. It's like they unlocked each other, is what it feels like, but they did it without pushing, pulling, prodding, asking, fighting, holding on, insisting. All of this comes through acceptance. That is the key to this. Interesting. So what I wanted to say, but I was pausing, is that there's this profound awareness of where the chained energy had been. This Eight of Cups. I say this is the third time I've gotten this wrong. This is not Eight of Cups. This is Eight of Sacred Circles, which is the same as Eight of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. Okay. So number one, maybe I'm referring to the being stuck energy with the Eight of Swords, since first my mouth wanted to say that. Eight of Cups, well, we already have that, but in the reverse. But it's like someone had to go on a personal journey, perhaps first, to identify where is that stuck energy. Well, the Eight of Sacred Circles, Eight of Pentacles, represents working on things, right? So this could be working on identifying why was there stagnancy, where was the stuck energy. And I just want to point out that she's making drum heads, right? And it's, in like Native American culture, I don't want to say anything beyond just what I have read. Okay. So that is not my cultural heritage. So I don't want to explain anyone else's heritage, but simply based off of what I've read, it was such a sacred thing. If you kill an animal, you use every part of that, because that animal is surrendering its life for yours, essentially. And so it was handled with a huge amount of grace and respect and value of life and all living things, which I find very beautiful, which is why I'm mentioning this right now, because it sparks that idea in my head. And so, for example, if they were to kill a buffalo, every part of that buffalo is going to be used. The bones, the meat, the tendons, the skin, the hide. How many different ways can you use this? You can use it, as blankets. You can use it, to cover your house. You can use it, in this case, to also make drum heads. And then that can produce music. And it's almost like the song of that one buffalo may go on and on and on and on, right? Through the drum beat. And that I would liken to like the heartbeat also. So this card has a lot of extra significance for me just because of my perspective on it. This person someone, and perhaps both twins, didn't just be like, oh, well, so-and-so needs to get their act together, I'm out. No, this is like a really deep, profound thing where the elements of what had been chaining both people, the elements of what things needed to be resolved, a lot of work has been done. So much work, in fact, that it kind of became like a sacred journey. So this might be the best example of like when we encourage each other to grow and become the best versions of one another. It doesn't mean it's easy. This would involve a ton of work to tan those hides, and lots of rubbing and all of that, and lots of physical labor and lots of time invested. And I feel like this has been lots of time invested in this. But the payoff is we've used every piece of this journey, almost like the energy that the two of us reacted with each other. It created, and I oftentimes talk about twin flames like supernovas. So, a star, as it accumulates and it goes through, transformation. So it's not just helium anymore. We keep adding through, nuclear fission until we get to like iron, and then it gets heavy and it collapses on itself, explodes outward. And now we have, the supernova, and that supernova creates all these new little, nebula and new little star nurseries, right? So I feel like the energy of you guys being like pulled in, just like a star would, got heavy, and then kind of exploded outwards. But that's where you kind of opened up and maybe received new information, and have actually then been able to start like coalescing into your own little stars and kind of like gravitating back together again, is kind of the image that I have. But this was only possible because we went through every single part of, now I'm going to go back to the buffalo, every single part of the buffalo. We used every part of it. And we realized that this journey was a sacred journey. It wasn't as simple as, oh, I'm going to eat that meat, there's a source of it. No. That's the whole thing, the whole experience, all of this has been something to be treasured, even the hurtful parts, because there has been so much growth at such a, like I keep wanting to say, a sacred and profound level. Both individuals know this, and this is where we start to see a migration back. This is, I have gone on a journey. I have filled my own cups. I have seen where I was like refusing to fill my cups with the right, healthiest substances. And now I can do that. Now one of the things I want to fill my cup with is your love, your energy, but in a really healthy way. You know what? In some ways, this is a different reading than what I have typically had. We've got this Ace of Swords. We've got a new dawn. We've got the 10 of Staves. We've got one final little thing to let go of here. One final little thing. The 10 is a completion. All we have is a little bit of leftover fear, regret, guilt, shame, remorse, all the things that we know now to let go of. The only thing left is to let go of it. We're aware of it now. All we got to do is just lay it down. Could have come all the way from childhood stuff. Could be abandonment issues. But this is where we're no longer attached to any of that, because the Ace of Swords is here to help us. And you notice how we have a new dawn. You notice how even though there's clouds, we're starting a new chapter of our life that is super honest. This is honest communication. This is straightforward. This is like, I don't know, dawn could be very important in a lot of different ways in this storyline. Maybe somebody's name is Dawn, but I feel like this is all about a new dawn. Maybe talking at dawn, looking at a message that comes in at dawn, somebody, I don't know, arriving or like saying, will you meet me at dawn? Can we have this conversation at dawn? And then we go right back to that Queen of Swords. Truth, truth, truth. This whole storyline is steeped in truth. And it's the truth of what we're worth, knowing what we're worth, knowing that the truth is we are worth everything. That's why we're here on this planet in the first place, because you're supposed to be here. You have worth. Knowing that person, the person there was a lot of conflict with, they too have so much worth. Recognizing when maybe the truth is they didn't know what their worth was. Somebody coming to the conclusion that they now understand the truth of why they were held back, the truth of what to cut loose, the truth of what to like be open to, the truth that they want to be with the person that they really love. The truth is they want to have a healthy relationship. And the truth is none of this journey, how hard it's been, none of it was without a purpose. Every part of it, you used every part of the buffalo. And that's what I see here. This is, you notice how she's tall, standing above this little island, like almost like a Godzilla lady, 50-foot tall woman. I kind of feel like this is all about the perspective that we now have. And even in this Queen of Swords, she's up in the sky. In this Queen of Swords, she's up in the sky again, but for a different reason. She's tall. I almost feel like this is one's self-worth is like, okay, I see it now, and I can have this conversation with you, not out of a place of pain, not out of a place of, look at what you did to me, though I could never forgive you for what you've done to me. This is where it's like, look at what this relationship and this journey has done for us. This is my self-worth now. This is a very different story as far as looking at the difficulties of a storyline and how much we've grown, not in spite of it, but because of it. And realizing that this has indeed been a sacred journey. All the hurts, all the pains, all of the situation that we've been through. So I'm going to leave this one here. I don't know what that represents necessarily, other than with that 8 of Sacred Circles that I wanted to call the 8 of Swords, and then I wanted to call it the 8 of Cups. 8 seems to be an important number in this also. Maybe think about 8 different ways life has changed. You have changed. You have grown. Maybe that's a key to like looking at how much self-worth we've improved on. I don't know. it's a nice balanced number though. So I'm going to leave this here, and I will still be choosing a winner sometime this week. So you guys feel free to enter tribe if you would like to win, and take good care of yourselves until I see you again next. Bye.